Hi, my name's Sam, and today I'll be presenting the incredible story of Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, a name that you've surely heard of before, but who came up with it? The character was created by Winston Groom, an American author, but is most notably associated with none other than Tom Hanks, an award-winning actor who famously played Forrest Gump in the movie. This classic work of literature was made into a film by Robert Zemeckis, an American director. It follows the extraordinary life of a man with an intellectual deficit. This must be one of my favorite movies of all time, and is a must-see to everyone and anyone who has yet to see it. Forrest Gump is an unforgettable and sweet movie, but it doesn't always stay true to the book. In fact, there are quite a bit of differences between the two. Today we will be talking about how the characters, the plot, and the dialogue all differ slightly from the original book written in 1986. There are a few small differences that we can see throughout the book. Most notably is that of the main character, Forrest Gump. It is clear in both the book and the film that Forrest has an under-average IQ, but this characteristic is pushed much further in the movie. The director almost makes him seem idiotic. The author of the book showed a different side to him. As well as being a bit slower in some aspects of life, he had certain areas in which Forrest was a true genius, chess being one of them. An almost unnoticeable difference is that our main character, Forrest, is in the book, he swears like a drunken sailor, when in the movie he barely swears. Moving on to Bubba. The main character, Bubba, was played by Mykelti Williamson and is Forrest's best friend. As we can see in the picture, he is also black. You may be asking why I had to mention the fact that he was black. Well, in the book, the character was in fact white. There is no mention of him being of color. This doesn't have a significant difference in the story, but once again, it's an area where the director didn't follow the book. The plot. In the novel, Forrest embarks on an astonishing amount of adventures. That being said, the movie director had to cut a few of them out. Because, well, we can't fit 12 different adventures into one movie. It would take way too long. He decided to cut a few, like when Forrest Gump became a professional chess player, or the time he went to space and met an ape in the International Space Station. But on top of removing a few, he also added some of the most memorable moments associated to the character. One of them is running across the United States of America. In this adventure, we get to see a beautiful film scenery and growing support and community around Forrest. I'll play you guys a short clip. We'll just... Oh, sorry. Here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have audio because I don't have the upgraded version of Screencastify, but I put on the subtitles. So that's pretty much the entirety of the clip, to be completely honest. So we'll just continue on. Here we go. Zemeckis, the director, also decided to make a few small changes throughout the plot. Most notably, Jenny, Forrest Gump's lover, the love of his life. In the movie, she ends up dying after finally marrying and having Forrest Gump's kid. In the book, on the other hand, she moved away, married another man, and raised Forrest's kid with that man. Um, on top of that, he also changed the fact, or added the fact, that Forrest Gump needed leg braces because of a crooked spine. I assume that was to foreshadow the running scene that I just played for you, but I guess we'll never know. In the film, our main character also became a professional football player. While in the book, on the other hand, he was just a very, very good high school football player. Now the dialogue. Lastly, for the most part, the dialogue stayed about the same. So, wasn't much changes. Other than this one famous quote, probably one of the most recognizable and classic quotes in cinematic history. Here is the clip for it. Let me just find it. There we go. Once again, I don't have audio, so if ever you missed it, the quote is, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. There we go. In conclusion, Forrest Gump is a wonderful and enjoyable film, and probably one of the greatest films out there. Since its release, it's been considered a classic in cinema and will remain that way for a very, very long time. The impressive acting did not go unnoticed because Tom Hanks even won an Oscar for it. As incredible as it was, it didn't always stay true to the ideas and the plot created by the author. In fact, differences are observable in the characters, the plot, and even the dialogue. That being said, if you haven't seen this movie, I highly suggest you do. You won't regret it. Thank you.